So whether it's your first day on the job or you've been around tires for years, I'm here to help you understand tires better. Let's talk about the information on the sidewall of a tire. There's a lot of information and it may seem daunting to understand all this information. So let's break down each component. Have a look at the sizing information. P 205 55R16. P stands for passenger, and this is usually described as a 4-ply tire. But we're going to talk about ply ratings later. In this case, P stands for passenger, meaning that the primary purpose of this tire on a vehicle is to transport passengers and their cargo, as opposed to a light truck or LT designation that is used for commercial applications. Or it could be an ST, which is used for special trailer service, or T, used for temporary spares. So these are some of the other designations that could be on the sidewall of a tire. The next set of numbers is the 205. It means that the width of the tire at the widest point is 205 millimeters. This is often misunderstood, and many people think that it's the tread width, but it isn't. It's the width of the casing at the widest point. The next number is 55, and it is called the aspect ratio of a tire. It means that the sidewall height is 55% of the width. This is important, and it's important that you're putting the right tire on the customer's car. Be careful that this number stays with what the door placard says the size should be. For example, if you subbed a 205/40 in place of a 205/55, the tire would be too small, because as you can imagine, the sidewall height would greatly be reduced. It is crucial that the sidewall height stays the same for the original diameter of the tire to be correct. The next part of the sizing is the R for radial. It means that the cord body of the tire runs at 90 degrees to the bead and connects to the other bead. It also runs 90 degrees to the road surface. This is helpful when it comes to braking. The strength of this tire is much greater from a braking and cornering point of view. Because the cord is shorter, it also dissipates heat much better. Have a look at this example. Here, where the first one shows the length of the cord in a radial tire, and let's compare it to that of a bias ply tire, which the cord runs at 60 degrees and is much longer. It does not provide the strength in the tire for braking and cornering. The final part of the size, in this case, is 16 for a 16-inch rim. This also means that the only acceptable rim to be used in this application is 16-inch, either steel or alloy. Do not try to substitute any other rim, because it won't work, and you'll either end up breaking the bead or it won't seal. Next in the sizing is the 89H. What does this mean? 89 is the load index and H is the speed rating. Let's first look at the load index, and you can see from the chart that the load index is 89. It gives you the maximum load that you can carry at the maximum pressure. Again, if you try to exceed this, you will lose your speed rating. Speed rating in this case is 130 miles an hour sustained speed for 1 hour. Now, why would we put that tire back on a customer's car when, for example, it's your grandfather's car who doesn't drive at that speed? Well, this tire is matched to the vehicle's specification to give optimal braking, optimal cornering and handling characteristics. So it's important that you match the correct tire to the vehicle. Load indexes can be used in all different types of tires. In this case, it's an 89. However, let's take this next one. This is an LT 245 75 R16 with an E designation. The E designation is called a load range, as opposed to a load index. It corresponds to the chart and shows that E is a 10-ply rated tire. Does this mean that there's actually 10 plies in the tire? It may be not. However, let's use the example of a fisherman. He has a 5-pound test line. He could also have a 20-pound test line. It's still one line, but one is much stronger. In the same way, the cord body of a tire can have a much stronger tire to achieve the 10-ply rating. Have a look at the alpha designations corresponding to the load range of a tire. In this case, it's a 10-ply rated tire. The point is that the alpha designation increases the stronger the tire is. The greater the load carrying capacity, the greater the resistance the tire has to damage in its service. We have now talked about size of a tire, load indexes, and speed ranges. The next area we want to talk about is service designation. And this is done with either an M+S or the mountain snowflake. These symbols are given to us by the Rubber Association of Canada, and they designate what types of tires to be used in what type of service. M&S is confusing. M&S seems to be a winter tire by saying that it's a mud and a snow tire. But be aware, it isn't. To achieve a winter designation, you have to see the mountain snowflake. What is a winter tire? A winter tire is a tire that's designated to run at temperatures below 7 degrees, which means it could be very good on those cold, wet nights. It means it's also good on hockey rink smooth glare ice. This is a tire that's designed to grind to a stop, as opposed to the all-season tire, where we can use the analogy of a frozen puck on a frozen road surface. The tire just slides on the ice. The winter tire will grind to a stop. The winter tire will also give very good traction in winter conditions like snow. Notice how I didn't call this tire a snow tire. It's called a winter tire because it's designed to run in cold weather temperatures. The final area we're going to talk about is the serial number of a tire. To identify this, look for the DOT designation on the side of the tire. Then there will be 12 digits to follow. The first 8 digits are important to the tire company and its manufacturer. They need to know the plant that the tire was manufactured at, the products that went into the tire, and the tread compound. The last 4 digits are the important ones to you. They are used to know the week and year of production. So why is this important? Well, it could be used for recall information, for warranty information, to identify your customer's tires. In this case, 5107 tells you that this tire was built on the 51st week of 2007. Now that we better understand the information contained on the sidewall of the tire, this is important when you are talking to the customer, because you are the tire expert.